6 core claims of globalization.
Is for educational use only. Our group is allowing our professor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as an educational material. Globalization has been in the air. It has now come to be one of the most frequently used terms in politics and economics. It is being projected as the common objectives of the whole mankind. There's a professor named Manfred B. Steger stated that globalization is a worldwide social relations which link distant localities and that it has four main dimensions: economic, political, cultural, and ecological, with ideological aspect of each category. This set of categories relates the four domain approach of circles of life and circles of sustainability. The reason of globalization. There are several key factors which have influenced the process of globalization. First, the improvement of transportation. Due to the expansion of markets around the globe, people managed to build roads, canals, railways, and even the growth of air transportation. It improves the integrity of the nation and raising the standard of living of the community as a whole. Next is the freedom of trade. Import and export between nations may lower the obstacle by the freedom of trade, and also removes the majority of taxes, subsidies, and prohibition. Next is the improvement of communication. Globalization has been significantly facilitated of technologies that enables the rapid and widespread of information that will be used of business ventures and opportunities across borders that connects people around the globe. Next is the labor availability and skills. These factors affect labor market. The Philippines, by increasing market experts and competitions, may promote efficiency and cause certain factors looking in terms of the increase of investments, employment creation, and increase of wages. For further knowledge, let's identify the 6 claims of globalization that are the 6 particular ways in which globalists decompass their master's concept of globalization. Before we proceed to the main topic, which is the 6 claims of globalization, let's see the objectives which for students may learn. At the end of the chapters, the students will be able to understand what is meant by the term of globalization, recognize the main 6 core claims of globalization, aims to build a fair globalization and strengthen the social cohesion, construct a plan for coping with the challenges of globalization, emerging markets economies, discuss the pros and cons of the core claims of globalization.
The first core claim, globalization, is about the liberation and global integration of markets. So the term liberation is often used to describe the removal or reduction of barriers and restrictions that hinder the flow of goods, services, capital, information, and people across nation borders. So the global integration is the process by which specific local markets permit the globe or the global economy to have an impact on a specific local. So this illustrates how significantly the economy is influenced by market liberation and global integration. Owing to its advantages, it expands the opportunities available to anyone who wants to do business in a free market. Healthier products are available at lower prices. It raises the chances that more employees will be allocated than before. Moreover, it generates a restricted flow of money which promote growth rates. So these are the examples of liberation. So in scenario, country X lowers tariff on imported fruits, offering consumers more choices and helping local farmers access global markets. So the actions, the government reduces tariffs on imported fruits, allowing wider variety of fruits from different countries to be sold in local markets. Local farmers also benefits from access to international markets without significant trade barriers. So the objective of this is the liberation of the fruit, markets aim to provide consumers with more choices, lower price due to increased competition, and opportunities for local farmers to expand their market reach. So the next one is the integration. In the scenario, country X and country Y agree on common fruit quality standards, allowing smooth cross-border fruit trade and fostering collaboration in agricultural practices. So the actions, both countries agree on common quality and safety standards for fruit, facilitating the smooth exchange of fruit across their borders. They also collaborate on research to improve agricultural practices. So the objectives, integration in this context, seeks to create a seamless cross-border fruit market. It ensures that consumers in both countries have access to high-quality fruits, and it promotes collaboration between farmers and agricultural researchers to enhance the overall quality of fruit available. So in this simpler example, liberation focuses on reducing barriers within a single country fruit market, while integration involves aligning standards and facilitating trade between two countries, leading to a more interconnected and cooperative global fruit market.
Good day everyone, and I am Engine Cadet Baya, and I'm gonna talk about claim number 2, globalization is inevitable and irreversible. Yes, globalization is inevitable because of powerful innovation trend that has efficient movement of economic growth. It also increased the interdependence of national economic, and to clarify it is globalization is unavoidable because people always do upgrades, innovates, research easier ways to improve the economy. And there are aspects that irreversible, such as the improvements of communication and transportation, as rapid improvements in technology, particularly in communication and transportation, have made it easier and more effective to connect with people and businesses around the world. The development of the internet, mobile devices, and digital platforms has significantly reduced barriers to trade, communication, and information exchange. These technological developments have fundamentally altered the way we conduct business, communicate, and interact with one another, making globalization an inherent part of our world, our modern world. So, and when it comes to interdependence, globalization has led to the integration of national economics into a global economic system. Countries depend on each other for trade, investment, and access to resources. So, international supply chains have become deeply interconnected, with components of products often being sourced from multiple countries. This economic interdependence creates incentives for countries to continue participating in global markets and maintain open trade policies. So, examples are market will help us reach the end point, and due to the growing demand aspects of the globalized market of developed and developing countries.
Good day everyone, I am Jin Cadet Callego. I am the group 2, and the main topic of my group is all about 6 claims of globalizations. But the leaders assigned me to discuss the third claims. The title is Nobody is in charge of globalizations. For me, charge of globalization lacks a centralized authority, leading to a decentralized and complex network of interaction among nations, just like a business of each individual, but no single entity governs or directs the entire process, resulting in lack of clear leadership. Instead, globalization is driven by market forces, international agreement, and technological advancement. By creating a dynamic and interconnected our global landscape, they have the absence of a central authority makes the trajectory of our globalizations as unpredictable and subject to various influences to decide our history path. No social class or group can dominate the globalization agenda. The second topic is what is called when nobody is in charge. For me, as a student, I want to help all the people to increase their living standards, brought advantages of globalizations and businesses to enable economies to be developed. And it referred to as a state of anarchy or decentralization. In such a scenario, there is a lack of centralized control authority. The decision and actions are distributed among various actors without a single governing entity. I have two examples of nobody is in charge. The globalists are not. First is globalists are not dictating their own agenda to the people. The second is why there's nobody is in charge. Most of countries are possessive to their own economy. The third topic is all about the globalization benefits for everyone. Globalization benefits for everyone by fostering economic growth, facilitating the exchanges of ideas and technology, and they providing access to a diverse range of product and services. It can lead to increase the standard of living, cultural exchanges, and the potential for collaborating solution to our globalization changes. That's all. Thank you.
So, good day everyone. I am Engine Cadet Michael David Miñoza, and my topic is about globalization benefits everyone. So, why does globalization benefits everyone? So, the globalization can benefit everyone by fostering economic growth, providing access to a wider range of goods and services, creating job opportunities, and promoting cultural exchange. So, however, it's important to note that the benefits are not always evenly distributed, and some individuals or regions may face challenges such as job displacement or cultural homogenization. So, the impact of globalization can vary depending on factors like government policies, economic structures, and social conditions. So, what are the benefits of globalization? So, the benefits of globalization include economic growth, access to resources, job opportunities, technological innovation, cultural exchange, empowered standard of living, improved standard of living, reduced poverty, global collaboration. So while these benefits exist, it's important to acknowledge that globalization also possesses challenges, including inequality, cultural homogenization, and environmental concerns. The impact can vary across different regions and communities. Globalization brings economic growth. So globalization brings economic growth. So how does globalization help economic growth? So globalization contributes to economic growth by promoting international trade and investments. So when countries engage in trade, they can specialize in producing goods and services where they have comparative advantage, leading to increased efficiency and productivity. So this specialization allows for a more efficient allocation of resources, leading to higher overall economic output. So additionally, globalization facilitates the flow of capital, technology, and ideas across borders, fostering innovation and driving economic development. So the interconnectedness that comes with globalization can enhance economic growth by tapping into diverse markets and resources. Globalization facilitates the rapid dissemination of information through advance in technology and communication. So the interconnectedness of the world allows for instantaneous sharing of news, ideas, and knowledge across borders. So the internet, social media, and other communication technologies enable people from different parts of the world to access and exchange information in real time. So this increased connectivity promotes more interconnectedness, global society, fostering cross-cultural understanding and collaboration. So, however, it's essential to be mindful of the challenges such as misinformation that can also arise in this interconnected information landscape. So, this is the example. Businessman Steve Jobs gained wealth by trade to other countries like Libya, South Korea, Bhutan, and etc. So, the example of globalization benefits is the access to affordable and diverse consumer goods. Through globalization, products from different parts of the world are available in local markets. So, providing consumers with a wide range of choices at various price points. For instance, a person in non-coffee producing country can enjoy coffee from different global regions due to the interconnectedness supply chains and international trade. This is not only enhances consumer choice but also contributes to the economic development of coffee producing regions.
Good day everyone, my name is Indian Cadet Abanngan Rolando Jr. M, and my topic is globalization further the spread of democracy. Globalization furthers the spread of democracy in the world. So, democracy, free market, freedom, and free trade are similar according to the globalist belief. So, globalist claim is anchored in the neoliberal assertions that free market capitalism, free trades, and democracy are synonyms terms. So, globalization's further the spread of democracy, it means that it encourages or it supports the spread of democracy. So, since here, the that the globalists they tends to treat freedom, free market, free trade, and democracy as a synonymous terms. I think we'll see it is valid because in democracy, you give free will to the individuals who has the right to vote, the right to go to the place he wanted as long as he has a paper, the right to own property, to accumulate wealth. So the idea of globalization is that consumers have a freedom, the market is not controlled by the government or not controlled by the organizations that want to manipulate, and have a free trade among the people or among the country or among the different regions of the world. So that's the idea of globalization. So there are some examples. First, act of voting. We have a freedom to our leaders for our country. And the second one is the human rights, basic rights that everyone needs to respect and follow. So the first one, act of voting. So through the act of voting, individuals exercise their freedom to choose leaders for their country. So we have a freedom to choose who is worthy to lead our country. Then number two is the human rights. So human rights are the fundamental underscoring the importance of universal respect and adherence to their rights. So that are some examples that we have. So neoliberalism. So is the idea that society should be shaped by the free market and the economy should be deregulated and to privatized, or what works is in the private sectors will works also in the public sectors. It encapsulates the essence of neoliberalism, advocating for the societal frameworks influenced by the free market, deregulation, privatization, and the beliefs and the effectiveness of private sector practices in the public sector. So that's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I'm here in front of you to report some part of 6 core claims of globalization by Manfred B. Stiger. Globalization requires a war on terror. In that case, it combines the idea of economic globalization with openly militaristic and nationalistic ideas associated with the American-led global war on terror. However, it possesses a somewhat paradoxical character, as what Manfred Stiger studies, global war on terror created serious logical contradictions. First, globalist reliance, the coercive power of the state to secure their project, undermined both the idea of self-regulating and the claim of historical inevitability. Second, belligerent vision of enforcing democracy and freedom at gunpoint conflicted with the common understanding of liberty as absent of coercion. And last, the Anglo-American nationalist undertones emanating from the War on Terror seem to contradict the cosmopolitan universal spirit associated with the concept globalizations. The exacerbation of the impact of globalization adds to the degree of economic and social inequality within certain countries. Terrorism indirectly affects the economy by creating market uncertainty, xenophobia, loss of tourism, and increased insurance claims. Terrorism has a big impact on globalization because it will disrupt the economy of the foreign countries who open up their investment for migration to serve the nation. It creates fear, which develop the power on terrorism to give order or to take advantage of the society. Terrorist acts can cause ripple effects through the economy that have negative impacts. The most obvious is the direct economic destruction of property and lives. War has been an unavoidable human convention for thousands of years. Whether it to be for land, religion, ideology, mankind has always been in one conflict or another. Globalization is the economic, political, and social interconnecting of the world. This process has made war, the physical conflict between states, difficult to occur and therefore less likely to occur. Many aspects of globalization have done this, including the advent world allies and the spread of democracy. The September 11 attack killed nearly 3,000 people, the most deadly terrorist attack in human history, and instigated the multi-decade global war on terror. And after that phenomenal, American people shows what is the true meaning of militaristic and nationalistic.
My name is Risgathaim A. Quinalayo. My topic is Challenges of Globalization. This means that globalization typically denotes the process of facilitating international interaction by removing barriers to free trade, allowing the movement of people across borders, encouraging direct investment, and promoting the exchange of information and technology. In essence, it signifies the increase of interconnectedness and the interdependence of nations in various aspects, contributing to a more integrated global economy. Second is international organization, such as the IMF and World Bank and WTO actively promote globalization, emphasizing its benefit of global economies. Simultaneously, they work to mitigate potential risks associated with increased interconnectedness. This organization prioritizes aiding poorer countries, just like Philippines, or any country that is poor, recognizing their unique challenges in adapting to a globalized economic landscape. The IMF and World Bank and WTO collaborate to provide financial assistance, policy advice, and trade support to foster inclusive development. Ultimately, their goal is to ensure that globalization contributes positive to the well-being of nations, particularly those facing economic hardship. Third is negative impact of globalization. This means that this implies the critics of globalization, including environmentalists, anti-poverty campaigners, and trade unionists, have identified various negative impacts associated with the phenomenon. Concerns raised by this group may have involved environmental degradation, exacerbation of poverty, and potential negative effects on labor conditions. By highlighting these issues, critics aim to draw attention to the adverse consequences they believe globalization can have on the environment, impoverish communities, and workers' rights. That is all. Thank you.
This is the next report, the positive consequences of globalization. So these are the examples of the positive consequences of globalization. One is access to a wider variety of goods and services. This kind of positive consequences globalizations allow the consumers to access products and services from around the world. This increases variety provides choices that might not be able locally enhancing or options for individual and businesses. So the next is lower prices. This kind of positive consequences, the competition created by global markets often leads to more efficient product and process, increases competition among businesses. This competition tends to drive down prices benefiting consumers by making goods and services more affordable. The third one is more and better paying jobs. This explains that globalization can create jobs opportunities by expanding markets and industries. While certain industries may face job displacement, new sectors of emerge offering employment opportunities and additionally, increases competitions can lead to high wages as companies strive to attract skilled workers. Next is improved health. This is a good example of positive consequences of globalization because facilities and exchange of medical knowledge, technologies, and pharmaceutical and this collaboration can lead advancement in the healthcare, and it improves the access to medical treatment and better health outcomes for people worldwide. The last is high overall living standards. These consequences makes the positive globalization globalization increment the economics of contributes to high living standards, increases access to good service and employment opportunities coupled with advancement in the technology, and education can elevate the overall quality of life for many individuals. And regarding of the statement, globalization is merging historic, distinct, and separate national markets into one huge global place. This explains that this statement captures the essence of how globalization is breaking down barriers between nations, national economies, and create an interconnected global marketplace through increased trades and investments and communications. The national market are becoming integrated into a larger, more interconnected global economy. This interconnectedness can lead to both opportunities and challenges as country navigates the complexities of the global market. That's it. The, in conclusion, utilizing Michael Friedin's criteria for evaluating the maturity of political belief systems, this article makes a compelling case for acknowledging globalization as a distinct ideological family by examining the coherence, prescriptive ambition, and depth of globalist perspective. It becomes evident that globalism possesses the necessary attributes to be classified as a separate and mature ideological framework. Recognizing globalism as such as contributes to a more understanding of contemporary political ideologies and their impact on global governance.